I want you to get better. I want you to get stronger in your ability to protect yourself. Okay? So, the heart chakra, I'm going to work on this area. And I'm just picking up something that's sitting there. So I need your body to tell me what's going on. Oh. Yeah, it's getting weird. What's wrong? Okay. Yeah. You have an attachment. You have 4. Okay, you've had something that's been around pretty much all your life. Strong again? It's strong again? Yeah, okay. What's happening right now, or are you having a hard time staying up? As I said, things that attach themselves to you are consciousness. And when you start looking for them, they react as though something that is conscious. They start to get nervous, they start to try to move, they try to escape. These guys have been sitting here in this area just very comfortably for your whole for your whole life. So they had no reason to feel that anyone was going to discover them and then extract them. This is what we're going to do. We're going to extract them, and then once we extract them, we're going to use your arm again to basically tell us whether they're gone or not. Some of this stuff, when I do work, everybody's different that I work on. Everyone has a different story. And actually, it really makes my work enjoyable because I'm always getting these really bizarre stories that seem bizarre in the beginning, but all of a sudden now they just seem to be the norm. So we're talking about the introduction into the human realm. We're talking about past lives. We're also talking about, when I talk about entities, we're talking about spirits as well. But as one of my younger sisters, who's extremely effective psychic, told me, she says, stuff is everywhere. Because she sees everything to the point where they constantly are talking to her. So when a lot of times ghosts, they just want attention. So if you're a psychic or you're someone who's very sensitive, you walk into a place and all of a sudden you just feel kind of crowded and there's really no one around. That's that they feel your energy and they want to be recognized. Then you have a number of them who are just, they're just troubled like they were when they were alive. But then you have a whole host of beings out there who've never been human, and they're part of this realm as well. And when you end up with attachments, a lot of times you end up with those types of attachments. Ghosts can attach themselves to you, but they're not that strong, really. Ghosts function on hype. So if you're afraid of ghosts, you really shouldn't be. They're as strong as you allow them to be. So anyway, going back, I'm going to remove the 4 squatters. Okay. I have a few questions. This one. A little strong again, a little strong. Okay. Okay, we got a lot. Clear? We got a lot. Okay. Now we're going to ask for an affirmative. Did we get a clearing? Okay. It's going slow. I can tell how clear someone is by how fast or how slow their arm goes down when it's an affirmative. So sometimes if it's going down slow, it just means that the process of clearing is going on. Or there's something that's trying to actually just hang in there. So let's start again. There's something trying to hang in there. Okay. We have one stubborn one. Okay. Okay. Let's start again. Okay, we have something else in there. All right. I'm picking up in your waist area. We're going to move to the other side. Not bad, actually. We have something that's going on there. We can work on putting it into that area. But in most cases, you're actually in pretty good shape. It's just that everyone has attachments to, and someone's saying you need to check your knees. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, relax a second. I used to try to do a whole full body and just yank them out, but that actually, you miss a lot of things when you do it that way. When I start working, I'm pulling things off that are at the surface. Then your next session you'll show up and it'll seem like there's something else there, but it vibrates very differently. It's like peeling an onion. Once you start to pull things off, the things under it start to rise to the top. The things that are causing the most problem, trauma, is usually at the top and the surface of the body and your energy. So, again, there's a number of things that can travel through lifetimes with you. One of the things, too, that I've learned by doing this work is that the consciousness and the physical body, they don't necessarily travel the same course. So genetics are something that, in other words, that is passed through your ancestors, your parents, and so on and so forth. But it doesn't mean that your consciousness was always part of that family. It just means the genetics, which also is a consciousness in itself, was part of that family. When you run into spirits out there, they're basically the memories of your body consciousness. They're not necessarily the memory of your higher consciousness. So when I moved to Thailand, and I had a few friends who had to go through these funeral ceremonies, which I can't remember how many days now, but it seemed like it was more than 3 days that they had to go and do this process to basically help the spirit move on to the next round. Well, this was something that I would see on a regular basis, but when I'm walking around and dealing with people, there's ghosts all over the place here. So what was happening? I was trying to figure out what was happening with this. What it was is that they were helping the consciousness move on, but the body memory didn't move on. The body memory tends to hold personality that a person holds urges that people have. I've had a number of Thai female clients who talk about ghosts attempting to rape them at night, or ghosts, stalking them. Okay. Oh, I lost where I was, man. Ghosts. Yes. Yeah, it's not an uncommon story. In the first place, when I was in the States, I saw movies that were talking about, ghosts traumatizing families and then, crawling up the blankets and trying to rape somebody. And I said, that's kind of interesting, man. It's kind of weird. But when I moved here, I actually ran into people who actually experienced it. So it is something that's real for certain individuals. One of the things I like about Thailand also is just that they're not that far from the acceptance. And I shouldn't say they're that far from it. They actually accept the reality that there's other realms. I mean, look at all the ghost houses that you see here. It's because they understand that that is real. And I knew that was real before I moved here. But it was nice to be in a zone where it wasn't like someone felt self-conscious by admitting that they believed that these other dimensions existed. So anyway, I'm going to check their knees. All right. It's not like glaring at the knees, it's like, check. Anyway, so, what's wrong? Okay. You're going to stand for me? Turn your arm out again. What's wrong there? We're good. Okay. Thank you. One of the, I'm not exactly sure what else to get in. As far as what I do, I use different processes, and the Reiki, when I'm using my hand and I'm moving, basically I'm pulling energy out how I visualize it is with the movement of my hands, it just helps me mentally see where my hands are going. So when I'm pulling something off of someone, it's like an etheric hand that goes into the area and then pulls and extracts. And as I said before, when I pull and I extract, I delete the problem. Again, so I don't have a situation where I'm pulling something out and it's just wandering around looking for another host.